love my country and love the people.
It's Philippines!
Hindi mo mabibigil ang sambayan ng Pilipino!
Time to know the news of the week. I'm Hannah Tabios. This is the MB Rundown. The Philippine government is now preparing to repatriate the asymptomatic Filipino passengers of coronavirus-stricken MV Diamond Princess cruise ship docked in Yokohama, Japan. On Thursday, Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. said he has ordered the Philippine Embassy in Tokyo to immediately repatriate Filipinos on the cruise ship, which has been put under quarantine due to COVID-19. Of the 531 Filipino crew members and 7 passengers, the Health Department said 41 Filipinos aboard the cruise ship tested positive for the novel coronavirus. The DFA said it is constantly coordinating with the Japanese government as to which hospitals the Filipinos are confined. But hundreds of relieved passengers disembarked the coronavirus-stricken ship on Wednesday after they tested negative for the disease. Meanwhile, the Philippine government has already authorized a partial lifting of the travel ban to Hong Kong and Macau, allowing Filipino migrant workers to return to the 2 Chinese Special Administrative Regions. Bureau of Immigration Commissioner Jaime Morente said the move covers all Filipino nationals who are holders of working visas, student visas, and permanent resident visas in both Chinese territories. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara welcomed the recommendation of Senator Risa Ontiveros to conduct lifestyle checks on the officials and personnel of the Bureau of Immigration in relation to the Pastillas bribe scheme. This following an expose at the Senate hearing on a supposed protection racket for Chinese nationals entering the country, which is now circulating online. Guevara said he is supporting the call of Ontiveros, who led the investigation into the rise of Pogo-related sexual trafficking victims in the country. Bureau of Immigration Commissioner Jaime Morente has already ordered a full-blown investigation into the matter. Ontiveros earlier revealed that the scheme operates in a manner where immigration personnel allow the entry of Chinese nationals into the country in exchange for 10,000 pesos each. The service fee trickles down, as shown in a visual she released on social media on Tuesday.
Follow me?
Wala pa kayong
Madami. Wala talaga eh.
Okay lang ito. Maganda yan.
Oo.
Sabihin mo pare, huwag sila tumingin sa cellphone.
On Thursday, the palace announced that the immigration personnel involved in the alleged escort service for Pogo workers have been relieved from their posts and will face appropriate charges upon President Rodrigo Duterte's order. Education Secretary Leonor Briones rebuffed a newspaper report citing about a supposed epidemic of illiteracy in Bicol region, where about 70,000 elementary students could not read in English and Filipino. Briones called the report exaggerated and said that the article was an insult to Bicolanos.
Tinawagan ko kanina ang regional director sa Bicol. Ang sabi niya, less than 5% lang. Hindi naman ganon kadami. Medyo insulto yan sa mga taga Bicol na sabihin natin na mayroong 70,000 illiterates na naglalamierda dyan sa Bicol. Palagay ko hindi naman totally accurate yan. Dahil iba't ibang level yan ang tinitingnan natin.
The report cited data from the Philippine Informal Reading Inventory, or PhilIRI, which claimed that more than 70,000 students from grade 1 to senior high school in the region cannot read. PhilIRI is an informal reading inventory composed of graded passages designed to determine the individual student's performance in oral reading, silent reading, and listening comprehension. In a palace press briefing, Briones appealed to the media to be careful when interpreting data. She said the department conducts annual assessments to test if the students' level of comprehension or understanding is appropriate to their grade. She also noted that the Education Department has launched the Read to Lead program, which aims to bring back the culture of book reading among students. After filing a quo warranto petition, Solicitor General Jose Calida has asked the High Court to issue a gag order against ABS-CBN for allegedly violating the sub judice rule. In a very urgent motion, the country's top counsel wanted the Supreme Court to prohibit parties and persons acting on behalf of the network from releasing statements about the merits of the quo warranto petition filed by his office. Calida alleged that the network engaged in propaganda, which he described as a clear attempt to elicit public sympathy and sway public opinion, which can influence the resolution of the case. Just last week, Calida sought the revocation of the network's franchise renewal due to ABS-CBN's alleged highly abusive practices, but ABS-CBN said it did not violate the law, and it has no outstanding tax liabilities with the Bureau of Internal Revenue, which the BIR also confirmed. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court ordered ABS-CBN Corporation and its subsidiary ABS-CBN Convergence Incorporated to comment in 5 days on the plea of the Office of the Solicitor General. Many groups, however, including human rights watchdog Amnesty International and some lawmakers, condemned Calida's move. Meanwhile, Senate Committee Chair on Public Services Grace Poe said the Solicitor General petition will not prevent the Senate from conducting a hearing regarding the network's franchise renewal. Senate Minority Leader Franklin Briones also said the gag order has no effect on the Senate. Briones on Monday filed a joint resolution that seeks to extend the franchise of ABS-CBN until 2022. U.S. President Donald Trump has granted executive clemencies to several high-profile felons on Tuesday, according to the White House. The series of pardons and commutations included the names of former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, who tried to sell the Senate seat vacated by former U.S. President Barack Obama in 2009. Former San Francisco 49ers owner DeBartolo Jr., who was convicted of a felony in a bribery scheme. Former New York City Police Chief Bernie Kerik, who was sentenced to 48 months in prison after pleading guilty to tax fraud and felony charges during the administration of former U.S. President George W. Bush, and the Wall Street junk bond king Michael Milken, who served several years in prison for violating securities laws back in the 80s. The mass clemency came following Trump's acquittal in the recent Senate impeachment trial. Meanwhile, these are the other top news of the week. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara has ordered the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, to investigate the killing of suspended Bureau of Corrections Legal Division Chief Frederick Santos. Guevara believes that the crime may have been related to his alleged involvement in the irregular implementation of the Expanded Good Conduct Time Allowance, or GCTA law. Santos was killed on Wednesday afternoon while he was aboard his vehicle when he was gunned down by still unidentified gunmen. He was about to fetch his daughter from her school in Barangay Poblacion in Muntinlupa City. Santos served as one of the resource persons at the Senate hearing into the controversial GCTA law, where he revealed that there is corruption inside the new Bilibid prison. Former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV kept his promise to return to the country and posted a 10,000 peso bail on Tuesday before a Quezon City court for one count of conspiracy to commit sedition. Trillanes was abroad for several speaking engagements in the United States and Europe when the Quezon City Metropolitan Trial Court, or MTC Branch 138, issued an arrest warrant against him. This after the Justice Department claimed that Trillanes and 10 other individuals conspired to commit sedition through the viral Bicol, ang totoong narco-list, alleging that the president, his family, and supporters have links to illegal drug syndicates. Opposition lawmakers slammed the bill that seeks to allow greater participation or even full ownership of transportation and telecommunication firms in the country. Albay Representative Ed Salagman said in a statement that House Bill 78, or the proposed new Public Service Act, is fatally violative of the 1987 Constitution, as the law provides that ownership, operation, control, and management of public utilities is reserved only to Filipinos. Bayan Muno Party List Representative Carlos Zarate said he finds the bill tragically ironic, as ABS-CBN Corporation is now struggling with its franchise renewal, which the Office of the Solicitor General hit over its alleged foreign ownership. Meanwhile, Gabriela Women's Party Representative Arlene Brosa said the bill sets the stage for total foreign control on the country's vital services, including the media, telecommunications, and transportation. Here's a quick recap of the MB rundown for today, February 21. The Philippine government is now preparing to repatriate the asymptomatic Filipino passengers of coronavirus-stricken MV Diamond Princess cruise ship docked in Yokohama, Japan. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara welcomed the recommendation of Senator Risa Ontiveros to conduct lifestyle checks on the officials and personnel of the Bureau of Immigration in relation to the Pastillas bribe scheme. Education Secretary Leonor Briones rebuffed a newspaper report citing about a supposed epidemic of illiteracy in Bicol region. After filing a quo warranto petition, Solicitor General Jose Calida has asked the High Court to issue a gag order against news giant ABS-CBN for allegedly violating the sub judice rule. And U.S. President Donald Trump has granted executive clemencies to several high-profile felons. And that's the MB Rundown. I'm Hannah Tabios.